Saturday, and we gonna have a real good Super Saturday today. So since it's gonna be so super, let's kick it off with some of that theme music for y'all superheroes. Every superhero's gotta have some theme music. Boom.
Why they so mad? Cause they see me on the come up, I'm just getting started, I didn't even get in my bag. Man, I won't think with you niggas, but y'all steady hating, don't talk about popping no tags. I spin the block cause I'm patient, come back in the year, and that check that you wrote to get cash. You wanna smoke with the demon, well now you done seen it, I hope that you ready. So mad, cause they see me on the come up, I'm just getting started, I didn't even get in my bag. Man, I won't think with you niggas, but y'all steady hating, don't talk about popping no tags. I spin the block cause I'm patient, come back in the year, and that check that you wrote to get cash. You wanna smoke with the demon, well now you done seen it, I hope that you ready to clash. Yeah, graduated from the streets at the top of my class. You want the world and let's get it. I told you I live it, all you had to do was just ask. I know before I was chilling, just trying to get millions, now all of that shit in the past. I take it up to the ceiling, however you willing, just so that you ready for class. Run down, I do this shit with no mask, but they won't call it a race, we gon' laugh them. Cry like a baby when you get back at them, they here for that now, but they never gon' last. Why? Slow through my life like a turtle, but you get too close and I'm ready to snap. Rules to the game and they all universal, if you break a rule then you never come back. Living my life, I'm just chilling, big plate, I'm gon' eat, they gon' eat out the trash. Once they find out you a clown, gotta leave out of town and you never come back. I sit around many counters, I'm loving the sound that it make when they get to a stack. And I show nothing but love, but if you a hater, then fuck ya, I know I so mad. Cause they see me on the come up, I'm just getting started, I didn't even get in my bag. Man, I won't think with you niggas, but y'all steady hating, don't talk about popping no tags. I spin the block cause I'm patient, come back in the year, and that check that you wrote to get cash. You wanna smoke with the demon, well now you done seen it, I hope that you ready. So mad, cause they see me on the come up, I'm just getting started, I didn't even get in my bag. Man, I won't think with you niggas, but y'all steady hating, don't talk about popping no tags. I spin the block cause I'm patient, come back in the year, and that check that you wrote to get cash. You wanna smoke with the demon, well now you done seen it, I hope that you ready to clash.
Honey K play, honey bun K, you don't want smoke with this right here, know what you say, swing by your way, get caught in my headlights like, yeah, watch what you say, don't become prey, internet niggas is so damn weird, I'm from the Bay, he from upstate, told you before that this all yeah. No sick, no suit, big business, no suit, sedan truck, no coupe, long leg room, big shoes, mirror crop my move, all my ops is food, all my ops was fools, hard cold like ice cubes, always woke, no snooze, all this smoke, no booze, all good days, no blues, except for what I got in pocket, cause you know I'm gon' get it. Leave me alone with your home, fuses get blown, cause I'm gonna grow in it. I stay with them plans, you stay with them Zams, so you might be gone in 4 minutes. Don't blame me for all of your goals unachieved, you just a whole nigga.
Why they so mad? Cause they see me on the come up, I'm just getting started, I didn't even get in my bag. Man, I won't think with you niggas, but y'all steady hating, don't talk about popping no tags. I spin the block cause I'm patient, come back in the year, and that check that you wrote to get cash. You wanna smoke with the demon, well now you done seen it, I hope that you ready. So mad, cause they see me on the come up, I'm just getting started, I didn't even get in my bag. Man, I won't think with you niggas, but y'all steady hating, don't talk about popping no tag. I spin the block cause I'm patient, come back in the year, and that check that you wrote to get cash. You wanna smoke with the demon, well now you done seen it, I hope that you ready to clash.
Shouts out to the big homies. That's them over there at the Green
This
Table.
is not marketing.
Green Table Podcast. Y'all know they've been doing their thing over there. It's one of their favorite intros that I have every time I go over there. So shit, why would I not pay respects to the big homies? You see what I'm saying? Hey, what y'all got cracking today? I'm already hip to the fact that y'all ready to get in here because we got like 3 videos today. We got 2 of them from our big homie Unrelent Gaming, and then we got another somebody else did a video that I like, so we're gonna watch it too. You know how Super Saturday goes. If I find some Dragon Ball content that I want to watch with y'all, that's what we gonna do. But since that big homie got his weekly posts up, hey, I appreciate that. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it happen. I don't know why I'm breaking down buds when I know damn well my wake and bake is supposed to be roaches. I'm gonna go ahead and grind this up real quick. One time for the big man. We got that done. Screw this off. Boom. Now we're gonna switch it up. Set this over here. Grab my roaches. Shouts out to the roaches. I got some seeds over here I need to put in a container. Hell, I've been doing side breeding projects. I ain't gonna keep telling y'all about that. I know I'll be active. I'll be doing it all. So hell, get used to it. Let's get to these videos though. I know y'all ain't trying to just listen to me all morning.
Look forward to further announcements. So here is the main cast of Dragon Ball Daima. Interesting. Once again, no update on Gohan yet. What we've got on the left, all the way on the left, it's Goma, and then right next to him, the Masked Majin. That character is literally called the Masked Majin. Then we have Glorio, who was discussed earlier this week. Monday, we dropped the visual, the art from Chronicles, and the artist, and then the official behind-the-scenes production information about him. Then we have Goku and the Supreme Kai, followed by Vegeta and Piccolo. So it looks like Vegeta and Piccolo will be coming along with them on their quest, or at least be involved to a degree. Mini Vegeta, Mini Piccolo. I suspect all 7 of these characters and more will be playable in Sparking Zero when the Daima DLC comes out.
Jesus Christ, really?
Don't forget to become a member of Unrelent Gaming's Patreon for exclusive manga content and early access. Isn't that right, Sam?
I already joined his Patreon today. Tons of great stuff on there, actually. But did you really have to blow up the city?
Yes.
Blew up the domino. You blew up the domino, and you're laughing. Do you realize the f***ing crisis here?
And you will be next. Unless you subscribe, like the video, and turn on notifications right now.
Or else what? You'll aggressively scream another man's name for several hours?
Kakarot! Kakarot!
And now, with the stage finally set, and with Lord Beerus finally prepared in setting his sights and getting back at Lord Rheno for the humiliating loss that he was shown taking in front of the other gods of destruction, I'm afraid Lord Rheno is in for a very rude awakening, as I do believe that he will finally be getting a taste of his own medicine once and for all.
Now, for those that's new to the channel, appreciate y'all for stopping by. It could be anywhere, but y'all right here with me. But if y'all new and ain't been keeping up, go to my big homie's channel directly, Unrelent Gaming. You see what I'm saying? He's got episodes of this up, and then he's got episodes recorded and preloaded on his Patreon. So if you don't want to sit here and chill with me, go straight to the source. I mean, the big homie ain't gonna sit here and tell me to cease and desist, because I'll make sure I put his respect on his name. But counter to that, if y'all ain't been keeping up with the story, your boy Beerus got his ass whooped. It was bad. It was horrible. I mean, hell, the kids in the hood lost their cell phones. I mean, I don't know what to tell you besides that. But other than that, yeah, he got that ass whooped. But you know how Dragon Ball is. You take that ass whooping, you go ahead, dust yourself off, get you some training in, and you might unlock the next upgrade, which is exactly what Beerus did. He unlocked that next level of being able to get to his overall destructive capabilities. He put it down in his training session, and he even got a nice little power up with your boy Gohan being his training partner. So you already know the potential is unleashed. So therefore, this is going to be the start of a beatdown. Maybe. I mean, Beerus going to play around for a minute probably, and then he going to start taking it serious and go ahead and flip that switch on Reno. But it's finna go down. Then on top of that, You know, Beerus was mad than a motherfucker because he don't usually take L's. He's like, I'm big Beerus. I'm like one of the strongest gods of destruction there was. Everybody was trying to catch up to me. Well, he was slipping and let him catch up. But now he ready to put in that work. Let's giggity. He said, Neo, you are the one. Look at that.
As our story now continues, follow.
Well, just remember, don't come in my chat being disrespectful. You better motherfucking make sure you say what up and double tap that screen. But let's get back to it.
The initial events of Whis and Beerus being shown having to arrive within Universe 13, with Beerus having to execute his rematch clause.
Did you really just say English or Spanish? People do that? Oh, I know you're gay. Make sure you swallow whoever he is. And don't waste a drop.
Into my universe and demanding for a rematch against me, Beerus. And for you to have been given the approval directly by the Grand Minister and going through with your rematch makes me sick.
I hope you like the whole Morpheus aim and game, because that's what the big homie called me over on his YouTube channel. But you'll see that later. Pay attention. We over here vibing.
Pathetic as ever, as you and I both know that this rematch is going to end the same way as it did before. And just in case you have forgotten on how this is going to end, it is going to end with you squirming for mercy while lying face down on the floor, just as you were shown doing when I smashed you into the dirt on your home world.
Oh, I get jokes. That's why I said, just make sure you don't spill a drop. Hell, don't come in here joking with me and then get mad because I clap back. It's all fun and games. Make sure you double tap that thing so I know you actually like the video. And next week when I see you, I might throw you a wrench. So you can do some networking over here.
Just in case you need me, and so do and try to remember not to go and overdo it, Lord Beerus.
Rich man police. Oh, well, hell, I like the police. They're necessary whenever somebody got to clean up a body. Hey, sir, I'm going to need you to come pick up your trash. What do you mean? Yeah, somebody came through and got blasted. Pick him up.
But I will, on the other hand, go and see to it that I punish him for a little while since I'm already here. And while you continue to talk so boldly and assuming that you already have me all figured out, Beerus went on to then continue.
That's the one thing me and my friends actually know. We don't take that gay shit as a joke.
Face to face. Rheno was then shown having to do so was when Beerus went on to continue. And while I plan on keeping this short and sweet, let's not go and waste either of our time here either and jump right into the action since I'm limited on my time here.
What the fuck is a gipe?
Oh, is that so? Well, I find
don't understand that part of the new lingo. I'm an old head. Damn near 40.
As recently as I did. But tell me something. How are you any different now compared to how you were before, Reno? Questions? For you don't appear to have changed in any sort of noticeable way, and so what is this confidence based on? Because you and I both know that you are going to lose either way, and so now talk, with Beerus responding, so you think that nothing has changed.
What is Kudo? I subscribe on TWP.
Because the loss that I had suffered by your hands was a turning point for me, for it had
say it's only
me
one me in here.
rediscovering my
It's more
inner
than one
strength
me.
along with my resolve within the process, as I went and had spent every moment since then in training myself so that way I can ensure that I never face such humiliation ever again. For I am far stronger and much wiser and more determined now than I ever was before, and so if you truly expect for any of this to be as easy as you think that it will be, then I welcome you to come and try and find out, as I will show you as to why you are dead wrong in your assumptions. But then, it was only just the part with Reno being shown circling Beerus around, and from that point then being shown having to strike him with Beerus shown blocking, was when Reno then went on to respond, yeah, well, I'm not buying it, Beerus. Yes, and if there is anyone who should know on how you are firsthand, then look no further than me. And so I'm calling your bluff here and now, Destroyer. With beerus responding, you still aren't quite getting it now, are you, Destroyer? But maybe your eyes will finally open once this battle of ours continues. Big deal. You managed to block one strike, so just because you were lucky enough to do it doesn't mean that you are fully in control of this contest, beerus. And so because of that, don't go and get cocky again, or it just might cost you dearly, beerus. With beerus responding, but is it though? Is that really what you believe happened, Reno? Because if you wish to go and try that one on me again, then maybe I could once again go as far as to prove you wrong twice, and further go on to show you as to why things have changed. To which, as Reno was then shown attempting to like sweet beerus, with beerus shown leaping on up, was when Reno then went on to continue. Nonsense, for the only thing that you seem to have improved on is running that big loud mouth of yours, which is only going to make it that much more satisfying once I close it. And while you may have went and did whatever it was that you have done to try and claim the title as being the stronger god between us, Reno continues, if you truly think that I am unable to keep track of you throughout this battle of ours, then you must have already forgotten on just who exactly you are up against here. Reno went on to then backhand beerus across the face, because unlike the other destroyers, including those Saiyan mortals which you still continue to house within your pathetic universe, I am not an opponent which you can easily just bypass, beerus. But since your brain doesn't appear to be working very well, then why don't I go ahead and remind you of just what exactly you are up against here, destroyer. To which in a brutal fashion with Reno.
Hey, look, that boy got him by the face and just dragging him, trying to hit him with the old Broly move. I'm gonna just put your face in the side of a mountain and take you across the whole mountain. Have you seen this mountain, my guy? Have you seen this mountain? It's a nice ass mountain. I want you to get nice and up close to it. Got your head all. Shouts out to the Waking Bank though. We in there. We in there. Let me go ahead and get my first clip out of that.
Shown grabbing onto beerus' throat before being shown slamming him repeatedly down on the floor. After being shown from that point throwing him up in the air was when Reno then went on to continue. So let this painful realization be what opens your eyes to the truth here between us, as you will never be strong enough to best me, for your glory days are already long behind you. And since the days where you were once within your prime, you will never go back into being what you once were. And the answer as to why is a simple one, and that is because while you've continued to spend the remainder of your days since our erasure letting yourself go, we on the other hand, since returning, didn't cease in refining our powers. And so here's to your rematch clause being granted, for I warned you that this was going to end the same way as it did, and it will. Reno went on to then double axe handle beerus down onto the ground. Well, my word, well, they certainly didn't waste any time by having to jump right into trying to crush one another. Whis went on to then chime in by overseeing this battle down below. But while Lord Reno does appear to be the one who is in control here, and I don't think that it will continue to remain that way, especially once Lord Beerus decides to go and take this matter to a whole different level, but we'll see. There we are now. Serves you right for thinking that you even had a shot at besting me, Beerus. And so maybe now you will remember your place among the hierarchy of the gods and never challenge me like that again. Reno went on to then spit on the floor by walking away. Arrogance, little fool. Good riddance. And to think that he was actually starting to buy into his own delusion was just pitiful. A foolish destroyer. Well, so much for that. But then, it was only just then within that moment as Reno was beginning to walk away, as a sudden burst of energy was then trying to emanate, was when Reno went on to then turn around by responding, "What does? Oh, but of course he would. For he never bothers to go and listen to
See
his
the big homie up early today. What up, bro?
He knows that he simply cannot win. And although his energy does in fact appear to feel a little different than how it was shown being before, I just absolutely hate having to waste my time on nonsense that is already beneath me. And as you never seem to want to learn now, do you, Reno?
I mean, look at that cloud. That boy said, all right, let's skip the warm-up.
Remind you of my status for your desperation to prove yourself against against me has only once again resulted in your humiliating defeat, sir. And now that you have exhausted your rematch clause here against me, let this be the last time that you ever come onto my world and disrespect me with such nonsense. For you had thought that you could overcome me, and now look at where it's gotten you, as my power is far beyond your reach since letting yourself go, and your inability to accept the truth behind my supremacy over you has now resulted with this. And so know your place, Destroyer, and don't ever dare to come back into my universe and ever dream of trying to challenge me like this again. So while you're lucky that I don't use this moment to rip your life away, since you don't deserve to hold a similar title that the rest of us do, consider this as being your final ever warning, and so now accept your fate just as you did when I had beaten you before, and stay down, beerus. To which moments later, as a gigantic explosion was then shown having to take place with
DJ Tanya Renee, what is up? Good to see you this morning. Hopefully you're having a nice day in paradise. We're driving a Mustang all fast and shit by them houses.
Because any one of those other gods of destruction can go and get it as Beerus had gotten, and so that should go and finally settle that between us. And actually, I hate to have to stop you here, my lord, Angel Pinota went on to then quickly interrupt, but I think that you ought to turn back around, for I do believe that you might want to reconsider leaving, as Lord Beerus's energy is starting to change, and I don't mean by having his energy be shown decreasing either, sire, with Reno being shown annoyed by responding, "What? And just what are you talking about, Pinota? He isn't. Wait, yes, I see, but why isn't his energy decreasing, but rather shown increasing after taking an attack like that head on the way he did? Unless he's pulling some kind of trick on me out here, but, oh, what? Darn him," Reno continues upon, now being shown having to oversee a gigantic aura burst in the sky. So the little worm still has some fight that's left within him now, does he? For I was too careless in not letting everything go down there against him, but all this is now showing me is that I'll just have to hit him a lot harder than I did. To which it was only upon with Reno then shown having to quickly make his way back down and winding his fist back in attempts of striking Beerus, was when Reno then went on to quickly respond, "And so this ought to be what drops you for good, and this time if I break your face in the process, then so
getting ready for the night.
Now say good night, Beerus." But then, it was only just then within that moment upon Reno being shown making contact and striking his way within Beerus's aura, was when Beerus then went on to quickly respond, "Now I'd go and slow your roll down if I were you, Destroyer, for you know I find it quite ironic that you were expressing such confidence in defeating me just a few moments ago, but it would only now appear as though that this same expression of confidence that you just had is no longer there," Beerus continues. "So what happened, Reno? Surely I'm not watching you struggle to land a single solid strike on me now, am I? For it was as I had told you prior to us having to engage in this battle, that I wasn't going to allow for my loss against you earlier to be what transpires like how it was shown being on my planet again. And now that you are starting to slowly see as to exactly what it was that I had meant when I had told you, maybe now slowly through this you will only start to understand, and if you still believe that I am going to have you try and walk all over me like how you were shown doing before," Beerus continues, "then you can guess again," Reno. Beerus went on to then finally reveal his new Ultra Destroyer form before Reno, "for the difference between our power now should be painfully staggering, as you will never be able to reach me now that I am at the absolute height of where it is that I wanted to be, Destroyer, as I am not only at the apex of power within my own world, but I am now at the apex as being the strongest god of destruction among you all." "What? A new transformation? But that's impossible. What have you done? What is this? For I've never seen you wield anything like this before. And so how were you able to go and acquire such a power like this, Reno nervously questions? For this is unlike anything that I've ever encountered among the other gods of destruction, and so now explain yourself. For I want to know on what the source of this power you now possess is, and so tell me as to what you did. But it was only just then, upon having to see Ultra Destroyer Beerus not only go as far as to respond to Reno, but also be shown striking Reno multiple times before Reno could even react, was when Beerus then went on to respond. Well, it wasn't what I had went and did that allowed for me to go and reach this point, but it was rather you who was the one that was responsible for pushing me into obtaining such strength, Destroyer. But it doesn't just end here with you, Reno, for the others had a hand in this just as much as you have. And so because of this loss, and because I was so badly humiliated before the other gods of destruction and mocked for my efforts while at the forefront of your mercy, what you are shown having to experience right now within this moment is all because of you, Beerus continues. And now that your eyes have finally been opened.
What did he say? He said, yeah, you kicked my ass. I give you much respect for that because you made me hit the gym. It was like a bad breakup. You know how bro be sitting in the corner just doing push-ups after that breakup? I don't know why I'm doing push-ups. Yeah, sometimes we just get on. Just and nothing else, push up. You see what I'm saying? Because that's where we going. It goes up. Shouts out to taking that L and knowing how to bounce back. Beer said, hell, I went to the gym, got me some training in. Now I came in here looking like, what's he look like now? He look like a motherfucking bang-a-lang.
Open to the truth. You should go and come to terms with the outcome here between us, because no matter how many times you try, you will not be able to defeat me, and you know.
Hey, shout out to these reviews though, because this level of videos is getting fire. All summer he's been dropping hot fire. That's that die line. Shout out to DJ Tanya though, kid really good slowly.
For this here is now my absolute peak, and it's
then you know I got other people in it out there. Chad, shout out to Arts of All Times. I know to go hit up their YouTube channel.
Destructive abilities, Beerus went on. I've went and managed to unlock a new tier of power, as my vision is now far more clear, my moves being far more precise, and my strategies in battle being far more impeccable, for I almost feel sorry for you, Reno, as you should have known better than to try to provoke me into actually going as far as to try, but now that you can see that you are completely outclassed, there is no longer a need for this battle to continue, Beerus says. But I don't understand, so how did you manage to go and pull this off when you were nowhere near the level of power in which you wield before me right now, Reno questions, as I refuse to have this be with how I will go down, and so this shouldn't have been possible, for you and I both know that I am the stronger destroyer between us, and so how did you manage to go and improve this much? Tell me. With Beerus responding, well, it's obvious, isn't it? Just go and take a look at where you are now, defeated and left broken and struggling to simply stand back up, let alone having to fight back. For you had went and brought this all upon yourself, Beerus continues, as this was the price that you had to ultimately pay for your overwhelming arrogance. However, God of Destruction, I will now hereby go and offer you something in which you yourself had refused to offer me, and that is one final chance to admit your defeat and simply walk away, Beerus says. So you will either acknowledge my superiority or face the consequences of your arrogance, for you should be very grateful that I am showing you mercy, but the choice will be on you to make. And so now relinquish whatever thought that you may have had in claiming to be the stronger destroyer between us and walk away with.
See, Barry said you was talking all that shit a minute ago when I first pulled up. Now that I done transformed, I done gave you a quick little demonstration. I'm gonna go ahead and let you just bow on out. You beat the brakes off of my dog ass the other day. But I'm going to just let you go ahead and bow out and then go get you a training arc in. Hopefully you can go where I went, you know what I'm saying? Get you a little upgrade and then we can fight again. But it ain't going to be nothing different because I already did it first. You see what I'm saying? You my son once again. Shouts out to the Sunday niggas out here. Hey, let them remember the Titans, as they say.
Whatever dignity that you have left, because if you choose to refuse and wish to continue this battle here against me,
Matter of fact, shouts out to the homeboy, the big homie. Shouts out to Sir Early. I know today his birthday. I ain't gonna do nothing for him because I heard the video. He don't expect nothing, so therefore he ain't gonna get nothing. Because I deserve and I expect more. But hell, I ain't saying nothing about my birthday because I feel him about that. It's just a birthday. Grown ass men don't care about their birthday because nobody cares about them. But if y'all want to go tell the big homie Sir Early, he from South Carolina for some of y'all that know him, go on over there and tell him happy birthday because it's his birthday today. He kicking it.
Then I am going to eviscerate you, and so go and choose wisely, for I will not be so gracious as to go and offer you this chance again, Beerus continues, as you and I both know that you cannot possibly plan to keep this struggle up against me for too long, and so now this is going to be your one and only chance to uphold whatever honor it is that you have left and simply walk away, God of Destruction. No, this cannot be the way our story ends, Reno went on to then stand back up by responding. And so don't think for 1 second that this changes anything between us in this battle, Beerus. Because so as long as I am still standing across from you, this fight is far from over. For I will continue to stand and fight you until the power dynamic between us is once again shifted back within my favor. And so don't think that this changes anything between us, Beerus. Reno then went on to quickly power up. For this so-called new power of yours is nothing but a temporary anomaly, and so while you assume a premature victory against me, just know that I will not allow you to prevail. As Beerus went on to then turn back by responding, is that so, Destroyer? Well then so be it, but I warn you ahead of time that while you may assume for my power to be nothing more than a fluke, I'll ensure to go and remind you as to why it is not, for the humiliation that you've caused me back on my homeworld will now be repaid with your agony, as it was only right then and there now during that moment where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super story of the resurrected fallen gods of destruction, the Universe 18 Saga manga chapter number 2 special then comes to a close.
Well, actually, I'll go ahead and take it from here, as I do want to go as far as to address something very important with our dear viewers at the moment. As before I go and give you the following information, if you aren't already a member of Unreal's Patreon community, then you are truly missing out on so much without you even knowing, because not only is the next episode already on the page,
heads on that boy, man. He's changing his whole mind frame up.
And gain access to tons of exclusives along the way that range from a variety of different things, then we do encourage for you all to become members of our Patreon community today.
I told y'all hit up that boy Patreon, that way y'all can be ahead. See, I only do Super Saturdays, okay? I only do Super Saturdays. I gotta wait till Saturday to watch this with y'all. I'm not saying that I waited to watch it, but you get what I'm saying. Cause I got my bill set to off. As soon as it comes in through the week, I'm like, damn, wait till Saturday. These motherfuckers gonna be like, yeah, buddy. Shouts out to y'all motherfuckers.
Bitterness of defeat by the hands of one of his oldest and greatest rivals. You do not want to miss out on what is about to happen coming up next. So we hope that you all enjoyed today's video. As before you leave, do make sure to give this video a thumbs up by smashing that like button on your way out, as well as subscribing to Unreal and Gaming's channel in case you are new around here. We thank you all for watching and hope you all have a wonderful day, everyone, as we'll see you all in the next one.
Yeah, that new artwork to the end. That boy doing his theatrics. Shout out to that big homie. But speaking of which, I was just looking at these people right here. The sponsors in my comments on TWP's page.
individuals has emerged, known far and wide as the superfood parents.
All right, Tony, you have a nice day. You know, I'm gonna be live on TWP.
One delicious bite at a time.
And then I got my live tomorrow, so you know I'll be around. I'll see you tonight though if I don't catch you in the chat.
With boundless enthusiasm, she welcomes you to embark on a thrilling journey to becoming a true superfood hero. But what exactly does that mean? In Nutriville, superfood parents are everyday heroes. These superfood parents lead the charge for better health, but not with capes. They lead with carrots and whole food fats like avocados. And instead of masks, they lead with mangoes and berries. Fruits and vegetables are the disease-destroying arsenal of heroes. Are you a disease-destroyer superhero for your loved ones? Fruits and veggies fuel the mission of heroes like Veggie Vixen. Are you a Veggie Vixen for your loved ones? Dedicated to ensuring their loved ones thrive on a diet rich in faves, fruits and vegetables. Here's your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to guide your family to superhero status by reaching the highest levels of health and wellness daily. Become a plant-powered titan, a superfood avenger, or even a faves crusader by earning 5 points for every fruit or vegetable eaten. It's a fun-filled plus where nutrition meets excitement. All of the digital details are at superfoodparents.com for the full experience. Superfood Parents has also created workbooks, where you'll discover the tools you need for success. These workbooks give you a heroic strategy to craft your grocery list like a seasoned hero, which means you now have a playbook to even track your weekly meals like a true champion. And engage in mind-bending nutritional education with word searches that will keep your family entertained and informed. So, are you ready to join the ranks of the superfood parents? Are you prepared to unleash the power of faves and make every meal a heroic endeavor? If so, flip the page of the Superfood Playbook and let's begin your journey to becoming the ultimate superfood hero.
To become a sponsor, just visit superfoodparents.com.
To find out that I will not be as easy to go and engage against as you recently just experienced, Destroyer. And now that I can see on just how difficult you truly are to deal with in battle after momentarily having to battle you, you can go and set aside any hope that you may have had in defeating me. Because now that I'm fully aware on just how strong and just how dangerous you can truly be by even going as far as to rival our Super Saiyan Blue form, what you will experience here and now will be far more than your body will be able to handle. And in case you were wondering, Gogeta continues, you can just go and refer to this as my Ultra Destroyer form. And despite the reduced time limit due to our immense power output, however much time we are left to go and deal with you will be more than enough time for us to go and knock you out as a result of our up-and-coming and final confrontation, God of Destruction. And so if you thought that I was tricky to go and deal with before, given how you and I were nearly shown
Jesus Christ, really?
Don't forget to become a member of Unrelent Gaming's Patreon for exclusive manga content and early access. Isn't that right, Sid?
I already joined his Patreon today. Tons of greats on there, actually. But did you really have to blow up the city?
Yes.
Blew up the domino. You blew up the domino, and you're laughing. Do you realize the f***ing price is here?
And you will be next. Unless you subscribe, like the video, and turn on notifications right now.
Or else what? You'll aggressively scream another man's name for several hours?
Kakarot! Kakarot!
Honestly wasn't expecting to find our heroes in such a vulnerable and sticky situation like the one that they all currently find themselves in within Universe 18. It would only now appear as though with Lord Primos being shown taking great interest in one to deal with Broly all by himself, all I can really say is that if our hero heroes don't find a way to stick together and deal with this situation while united, then I'm afraid that Lord Primos will crush each and every single one of them by the time this day is done.
Pig does have a sponsor, it's W. I said that too. I'm gonna switch W over to Spider Pig. But it's all about a Team Deepwater cultivating anyway, so you know how we do. Business.
As our story now continues, following the initial events of God of Destruction Primos being shown having to confront Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, and Broly within Universe 18, in which with Primos' intentions now made evidently clear, with our heroes having to look on and waiting to see what Primos was going to do, was when Primos then went on to respond, I should have known that there'd be more of you that Beerus decided to go and keep around as his little minions. But nevertheless, you have no idea on how eagerly I have been anticipating for this very moment to come and getting the chance to decimate his mightiest champions. And after witnessing Beerus' defeat by Lord Rheno, Primos continues, I knew that it was only going to be a matter of time before I faced you, but since there are more of you that are here than I had originally anticipated for there to be, I'll ensure that this goes exactly the way I intend for it to be, because with my soldiers here paving the way and making sure that all three of you are out of my hair and away from me for the time being as we engage, that only just leaves me and Broly all alone, Primos continues, which is exactly what it is that I want, because your audacity to confront me on Beerus' planet the way you did will not go unpunished, as not only are you one of the very rare few who ever dared to oppose me the way you did, but I will make sure that you go and suffer for your arrogance greatly because of it. And because I was already informed about your previous battles with some of the other gods of destruction prior to coming here, you are all about to experience firsthand on why I am the most ruthless and fearsome destroyer among them all. And so this is where you will all be buried, never to return back home ever again. With Goku responding, wait, now hold on, do we really have to go through with this, Lord Primos? Because it wasn't like Broly was intentionally trying to provoke you or anything, but I mean, you were coming off a bit too strong when you first approached him, and so could we maybe just go and talk about this? With Vegeta responding, oh, stop it, Kakarot, just look at him, as if this god of destruction is in any sort of mood to go and talk things out with us here, and so don't be foolish enough to even try, because with the way this is looking, there isn't going to be any room for either party to want to go and talk here, and so we might as well just go and prepare ourselves for what is about to come, with Gohan then having to chime in. Well, be that as it may, you don't have to go and take your anger out on us just because you may have had some history with Lord Beerus in the past, and so I think that it would be better for all of us to go and try to talk things out like how my father had suggested, because this isn't going to end very well for you by the end of the day. And so what do you say, Broly? With Broly having to respond, no, search his feelings, because he doesn't intend on talking with us, and if I'm the one he wants, then I intend on bringing the fight right back to him. To which upon Primos then calling upon his goons to go after our heroes, it was only just as Primos went on to single out Gohan, Goku, and Vegeta for his warriors to get rid of as he was aiming towards getting his hands on Broly, was when Primos then went on to respond, there is nothing for us to go and talk about when I don't plan on settling this through words alone, mortals. And so now go, my warriors, and get those three out of my sights and away from my intended targets. And if you find the need to go and do so, then you may take their life upon battle, but make sure you go and leave the biggest within their group for me. Out damn them, Kakarot, hurry! Vegeta went on to then quickly shot before being shown backing up into the forest. We'll go and drive them back within the forest and fight our way out of this, so that way we can go and assist Broly and finally get this over with. Yes, that's right, Primos went on to then chime back in, and now that those fools are out of the way, let us carry on where we had originally started and come and show me on what Beerus' mightiest mortal warriors are truly made of, Saiyan. Now come forward, peasants. To which as Broly was then shown making his way up towards Primos, was when Primos then went on to continue, yes, that's right, make my day, mortal. For if I didn't know any better, I would say that I can also also sense a similar primal power to our own that resides here that I can see dwelling within you upon having to increase your power like this? Well, no matter, because in the end, Primos went on to then jump on back upon Broly being shown missing his strike. I am going to make you beg for your life for daring to step in my face the way you did. Now watch as I educate you further. As you may have been lucky enough to survive some of the other destroyers that you and your crew had faced before coming here, Primos continues. I, however, will be the final entity that you will ever have the displeasure of facing, because you will not be so lucky to go and survive me. No, I will not. Broly went on to then grab onto Primos' legs by responding, as you will be the one who will ultimately lose to me, Destroyer. Oh, really? Primos went on to then jump on back before Broly was able to throw Primos down onto the ground. And are you willing to go and bet your life on that? Because I certainly would. For you have no idea as to what you are up against here, Saiyan. And because now that I have you all alone, without anyone or anything to stand in my way of doing what it is that I want to do with you, you are utterly doomed, and there is nothing that you could go and do that will go and change the outcome of that. And there will be no one that will save you for what it is that I have planned for you, Saiyan. Primos went on to then drop kick Broly on down into the forest. Now come as I show you around my world while I go and use your body as my guide in tearing down whatever gets in the way of having me educate you further, Saiyan. All these warriors that this destroyer had sent after us are making a huge mistake, Gohan. They went on to quickly chime in upon being shown dragged in the forest. And so listen, I don't want to have to go and hurt you here, and so it would be wise for you to go and stop this, because you don't have to continue to be a puppet for that destroyer, especially when you don't even know what it is that you are going up against here. But then, it was only despite with Gohan's attempts in having to try and plead with one of these warriors as the primal warrior Goro went on to strike Gohan was when Goro then went on to respond, never, for if Lord Primos wants you all dead, then that is exactly what we will ensure happens while you're inhabiting within our domain. Whoa, you primates are crazy, Gohan went on to then quickly respond. Oh, but you don't understand that it doesn't have to be like this, and so just try and listen to me, as both you and your allies are in way over your heads here, and I don't want to have to go and put you down and make you see things the hard way, and so I'm going to go and give you one last chance to just hear me out and stop this. Oh, darn it, Broly doesn't look like he's doing so good out there, and with Dad and Vegeta already waging their own battle elsewhere, Gohan went on to then look on over by responding, I've got to hurry and help Broly while there's still a bit of time that remains, to which as Gohan was then shown attempting to make his way towards Broly, it was suddenly just then unbeknownst to Gohan, as Gohan was attempting to make his way towards Broly with Goro being shown lunging towards Gohan, was when Gohan then went on to shout, hang in there you guys, especially you, Broly, for I'm coming, and so just stay right where you are, and what the? Oh no, for you will not interfere and stick your nose within Lord Primos' business, for you'll be coming with me now, Saiyan. To which it was only despite with Goro being shown having to drag Gohan deeper within the forest, as we only then make our way on over and seeing Primos being shown dragging Broly all throughout the forest before being shown throwing him through a bunch of trees, was when Primos then went on to continue, yes, come now, beast, for there is much for me to go and show you, because aside from this primal power that I feel emanating from this form of yours that you wield, I want to go and put it through the ultimate test in seeing as to how durable it actually is when up against real primal power. And while my warriors continue to punish your fellow allies while you and I continue our fights, this is going to be your one and only chance to come and prove your worth to me while I'm still giving you the chance to go and do so. And so now, unless you are nothing but smoke and mirrors, which Beerus had decided to blindly go and accept as his equal, then hurry and fight back or I will squash you like a bug, Saiyan. For I don't think that you even have what it takes to continue to keep this going here against me, but maybe I was wrong. Broly then went on to land on his feet before having to be shown emanating a gigantic blast from his mouth, because maybe you do in fact have more fight that's left within you than I originally had went and gave you credit for, and so if you do, I want you to go and show me, and you better go and make it good too, Saiyan, for I will not be giving you another chance. To which it was only just then, within that very moment, as Broly was from there shown having to unleash a gigantic mouth blast directly towards Primos, was when Primos then went on to continue. Good. I was hoping that you'd go and show me more of what
Shout
this
out to
strange
Ricky
primal
Wow.
power that I sense within
Ricky's
you was
radio.
made of. But I want you
That's
to
what's
go
up.
and watch as I continue
with
to
that dude.
rip your efforts of victory apart here against me, as this too will not be working in your favor. And so whether this primal power that I sense coming from within your soul is something that comes from your Saiyan race or not, there is no primal power that exists within any of the known universes that is far more destructive and far greater than my own, mortal. And if you don't believe me, then allow for me to go and show you and turn this into yet another example on just why beerus' so-called strongest will never be strong enough to contend against the likes of me, Saiyan. To which it was only despite with Primos being shown having to walk through Broly's blast and from there being shown striking Broly deeper within the forest was when Primos then went on to continue. And so was this the best that you can do, for your attacks are both weak and ineffective? Because while you continue to try in vain, understand that I am the very embodiment of destruction itself. For my might alone dwarfs anything that you can muster, as you will never be able to harm me, not even in your dreams. For no matter how many of Beerus' strongest emerge to try and claim their titles as being worthy to be compared to the gods, there are none who are greater than the Alpha Destroyer, Lord Primos. As I sit at the head of the table as the mightiest of them all, for I am the Alpha and the strongest among the gods, for there are none, whether they are mortals or destroyers, who are superior than me. But then, it was only just within the wilderness, as a gigantic aura burst was now shown having to emanate and capturing Primos' attention, was when Primos then went on to respond. Oh, and what's this? So you were hiding a far greater level of power from me this entire time after all, now have you? Well, good, because I was hoping that you had more gas left within that broken and worn down tank of yours, as I wonder now on what exactly is going to change. But then, it was only just upon during the middle of Broly's power-up, with a giant tree then shown having to make its way towards Primos, as Primos was shown getting out of the way, was when Primos then went on to respond. Oh, and so you think that by using the surrounding landscape around you will be what wins you the day now, does it? As this isn't that bad of an idea. However, hiding among the trees like a frightened animal and throwing them as if you think they can harm me, are you? How pathetic, for your tactics are just as weak and feeble as that power that you wield, for you are nothing more than a lone coward who is desperately attempting to avoid the inevitable, Primos continues. And so now come on out and face me like a true warrior would, instead of using such cowardly tactics against me, when you and I both know that this isn't going to work against me. For no matter what it is that you go and try and do, you will never escape what awaits you, and so running from a god of destruction will only prolong the inevitable, and so quit wasting my trees and come on out and fight me. But then, it was only suddenly within that very moment, as full-powered Super Saiyan Broly was then shown having to make his way in punching Primos across the face and sending him flying across the forest, was when Primos then went on to chime back in. Oh yes, now that's more like it, Saiyan. For this was what I wanted to see. Darn, these giant ape warriors are a lot faster than I imagined they'd be, Goku then went on to suddenly chime back in. But how do you think we should go and do this now, Vegeta? With Vegeta quickly responding, well, taking these grunts down would be a great starter if it wasn't obvious already, Kakarot. But do you sense that all around us, Vegeta then went on to question? For I think there are more of them out there that are starting to close in on us, and so we can't go and take any chances, otherwise we're. But then, it was only just then from out of nowhere, before Vegeta was even shown having to have the opportunity of finishing his sentence, was where both Primos and full-powered Super Saiyan Broly were then shown having to make their way and having to whiz right past him, as Vegeta then went on to quickly respond. Oh, what the heck? Wait, it's Broly, and it looks like he's decided to go all out again, which isn't good whatsoever either, with Goku responding, yeah, and if we don't hurry and do something to help calm him down and aid him out there against that destroyer, then he's more than likely going to overwhelm become himself and he'll ultimately be destroyed. But strangely enough, even now from the looks of it, Goku continues, is it just me, or does it look like Broly is starting to get the hang of that crazy berserker power of his more and more now, with Vegeta responding, well, now's not the time for us to go and theorize, Kakarot, and so this is what we'll go and do, and so now pay attention. We'll go and reserve our ultra levels for the destroyer, so that way we can channel whatever strength that we need to help take that giant gorilla down while clearing the rest out by using Blue instead. And so now let's hurry and jump into Super Saiyan Blue and quickly make our way towards Broly's location and go and take it from there. To which it was only then within that moment with both Goku and Vegeta then shown quickly having to jump into Super Saiyan Blue was when Goku then went on to quickly respond. Right, and while Gohan looks to be holding his own out there against the other one, let's go and coordinate our attacks accordingly and knock this guy out in the meantime and quickly jump back into our ultra levels the moment we head out and make our way towards Lord Primos. So the rumors of your power has indeed turned out to be true by the looks of what I can see. Simius went on to then quickly respond to both Goku and Vegeta, and while I am hereby under Lord Primos' explicit orders to take you both down, it would be wise for you both to quit while you're ahead, for I do not wish to harm you, but I will ultimately do so if I must.
Morning, Sue.
And so if you are foolish enough to fight back, then just
Appreciate
know
you
that
for
you will be
stopping by.
severely punished for your defiance against me, and so I will leave you both with this and give you one final warning to kneel before Lord Primos and pledge your lives accordingly to his very will, or if you still refuse to do so, then I will tear you both
Putting the finishing
apart.
touches on
Which all the while in the
my
meantime, back on
second entree for my breakfast.
having to stabilize himself and wiping his mouth.
Shouts out to the Breakfast of
Primos
Champions.
then went on to respond,
Kitchen
well,
Mountain
I
Dew.
must admit that your power is far greater than I anticipated for it to honestly be, and so I can see now as to why Beerus had decided to keep you around the way he did. But don't let one lucky strike be what gets to your head, Saiyan. Because while you may serve as being a formidable contender to others, Primos continues, there is nothing about your power that concerns me in the slightest, nor is it anything that I am not already well equipped in dealing against, Saiyan. For I actually welcome you to continue and try to use this rampaging form of yours against me, because the more you resist and the longer you continue to try and best me, then the greater the reward will be after I return to your god of destruction while bearing your head within my hand as my ultimate trophy. And so while your anger continues to swell and while you continue to try and use it as leverage here against me, Primos went on to then grab onto Broly's arm upon Broly being shown trying to strike Primos. Understand that your power is far too unbalanced to stand against me, as you are nothing more than a wild animal whom I will soon go on to domesticate, Saiyan. For true strength requires absolute control, which is something that you clearly lack, and while you are rumored to be one of the strongest within Beerus' universe, I don't see as to why that is, because when compared to me, you are nothing but wasted potential. And so now stand
talking
back
shit
up
to
and
Broly.
fight back, you animal, for we are far from finished here, Saiyan. And so don't tell me that this was all that the so-called legendary Super Saiyan had to offer, which is why I demand for you to rise back up on your feet and engage with me here and now, Saiyan. For I want to see you go and try again, only to go and fail miserably once more. Primos continues upon being shown beating on his chest, as the punishment that you have coming will only continue to intensify regardless of your efforts here against me. And so now show me what this animalistic nature of yours is made of, because if you don't, then I am going to destroy you. As it was only right then and there now, during that moment, where the Beyond Dragon Ball Super story of the resurrected fallen gods of destruction, the Universe 18 Saga, manga chapter number 3 special, then comes to a close.
Well, actually, I'll go ahead and take it from here, as I do want to go as far as to address something very important with our dear viewers at the moment. As before I go and give you the following information. If you aren't already a member of Unreal's Patreon community, then you are truly missing out on so much without you even knowing, because not only is the next episode already on the page, but if you want to support all of the manga content that you see and gain access to tons of exclusives along the way that range from a variety of different things, then we do encourage for you all to become members of our Patreon community today, for we will link everything down within the description box below and pinned comment section as well. Now I will go as far as to say that even though this entire situation between our heroes and Lord Primos appears to be an extremely dangerous one, as with Goku and Vegeta alongside Gohan being shown having to deal with their own battles, while Lord Primos is left with Broly all alone, I wouldn't start counting Broly out just yet, because there appears to be something far greater that I am beginning to sense coming from deep within his spirit, which is something that Lord Primos should be very cautious about, since these Saiyans are known for their unpredictable and fearsome nature, and so you do not want to miss out on what is about to happen coming up next. So we hope that you all enjoyed today's video, as before you leave, do make sure to give this video a thumbs up by smashing that like button on your way out, as well as subscribing to Unreal and Gaming's channel in case you are new around here. We thank you all for watching and hope you all have a wonderful day, everyone, as we'll see you all in the next one.
Hello. Did you know that you can stay up to date with the latest Dragon Ball content by simply subscribing to Unreal and Gaming?
Also, don't forget to follow on these social media platforms, you sexy son of a bitch.
Roshi.
Silent Cell, me and the fans are having a moment. That's right. I know what you want. Extra long, thick Dragon Ball content. Quality reviews with flawless editing.
Quality reviews. Shouts out to Spider Pig, right?
Yeah, you like that, wouldn't you?
We still got a whole nother video to go to. Yeah,
Roshi, the fuck?
God
And
damn
shouts
it,
out
I
to it
need them
being
to
about
subscribe,
Kakarot.
Cell.
And we're demonetized.
Yeah, screw it.
Yeah, it's
That's
about
the video.
Kakarot.
Somebody take this freak to the Diddy party. Word is born. Damn, man's really left a shoe print on bro's cheekbone. Hey, nobody suck it. Back it up, Kakarot, except me. Look at the mighty Kakarot. Just in Super Saiyan, it still got washed. Get your lame ass out of my face. You lost 3,000 aura points.
My dad still has all the aura. He was just sick.
And his dumb ass still end up fighting.
Me personally, I wouldn't take this level of disrespect.
You don't think I'm gonna let you grab me with that meat-beating hand, you hear? I, in fact, use my left hand. So you righties make me sick.
I am ambidextrous.
That's pretty Vegeta, you can't say that. And of course, Vegeta hits 19 with one of the most famous quotes of the whole show. Let me ask you, does a machine like yourself ever experience?
Training with weighted clothes, I think it's fair to assume that Goku would have caught up to his canon-based power level at this time, especially since his base power wasn't enough for Piccolo. As a Super Saiyan, and only using his base power level of 416, Super Saiyan Goku is at a power level of 20,800. While Goku has a mastery of using Super Saiyan, like after going to Yardrat in canon, with no threat to worry about, he doesn't think to go past the Super Saiyan wall. No knowledge of his future death and no threat to face means he can't even see the wall that he's stuck behind yet. So with Goku's control over the Super Saiyan form, he's able to handle Raditz completely on his own. Raditz realizes after a few exchanges that he's no match for Goku and begins to beg for his life, hoping this kindness that's overcome his younger sibling will be lenient enough to let him go. Luckily for Raditz, it actually works, and Goku tells his brother to leave and never return. Knowing he's no match for Goku, Raditz actually tries to escape, unlike the original story. Unfortunately for him, Piccolo was watching like he did in the original and was charging a Makanko Sapo during Raditz's plea. He sends the beam through Raditz's chest, killing the Saiyan before he could escape. Piccolo had hoped that Goku would kill Raditz and then be off guard, allowing the Makanko Sapo to be used on Goku instead. Instead, he didn't count on Goku's soft side striking again, especially not with a threat like this. Goku quickly turns to yell at Piccolo and say that this was completely unnecessary, but Raditz just laughs as he lays on the ground. For a moment, he feared that Goku was the Super Saiyan of legend, but that mercy was something the Super Saiyan could never have. Goku doesn't know what the Super Saiyan is, and he doesn't really care. He just wants to live a peaceful life on Earth. Raditz wishes he could have killed more Earthlings just to spite his naive younger brother, but at the very least, Nappa and Vegeta will come and take care of him. It should only take them a year to arrive on Earth and avenge him. Goku turns to Bulma and tells her to get the Dragon Radar. Some people were probably killed by Raditz and they need to be wished back. That was the wrong thing to say. The death of someone as pathetic as Raditz would never be enough to bring Nappa and Vegeta to Earth, but the allure of the Dragon Balls, Vegeta thinks this is their chance to gain immortality and overthrow Frieza. Nappa asks how they'll handle Kakarot if his power level is really over 20,000, but Vegeta tells Nappa not to worry. The scouter probably malfunctioned. Kakarot's power level being 2,000 makes far more sense and would still be more than enough to beat Raditz with ease. But in the off chance that he actually has a power level of 20,000, the Earth has a moon, and the Ozaru form makes both of them his superior. Raditz even mentioned that Goku lost his tail, so they actually have the advantage here. Nappa's nervous face turns to a smile. The Super Saiyan was supposed to be unbeatable, but Raditz even said that Goku couldn't be the Super Saiyan, so there was just no need to worry. Back on Earth, Kami gets in touch with both Goku and Piccolo. While Piccolo isn't allowed on the lookout, he suggests the two train together for the next year. If Piccolo can manage to catch up to Goku's transform state quickly, then that will give them their best chance against the upcoming Saiyans. Goku asks if that's even necessary. Are the two Saiyans really that big of a threat? Kami lets out a sigh and tells Goku that they could transform as well, but it's different than Goku's form. His transformation multiplies their power several-fold, and with it, they'd be beyond Goku. So there's no choice. Goku looks to Piccolo, who snarls at the idea of working with his greatest adversary, but ultimately he accepts that they need to work together, at least for now. So at the base of Karin's tower, where they have easy access to Senzu and Kami's guidance, the two train for a year. Meanwhile, the human fighters gather on the lookout and train under Kami and Mr. Popo. During this year, Piccolo is eventually able to catch up to Super Saiyan Goku and even manages to grow pretty evenly alongside him. If this sounds weird to you, just know Piccolo did the same thing in canon. When training with Goku for the androids in the manga, Goku is a Super Saiyan, and Piccolo manages to get to Goku's level and grow with him. This is shown as Piccolo and Super Saiyan Vegeta are clearly relative in terms of power based on their performance against androids 19 and 20, and Piccolo directly says Vegeta is stronger than Goku, something Goku doesn't disagree with. With all that said, the time skip gives Piccolo double his canon training time, since he doesn't need to wait for Gohan. In half a year, Piccolo got nearly 10 times stronger, and I'll round that up to 10, since he has a training partner and double that for the full year of training. So base Goku, since Piccolo is keeping up with Super Saiyan Goku, gets 20 times stronger, putting him at 8,320. That's right, it's a power level over 8,000. Pretty much what he had in canon anyway. Doesn't sound too crazy when I put it like that, does it? Multiply that by 50 and you get 416,000. This should be the pair's shared power level for this arc. Now, you may realize, by the time the Saiyans arrive on Earth, Goku and Piccolo are just way too much for them. When they land on the planet, they fly towards the highest power levels on Earth. Goku and Piccolo both suppressed at 5,000 each. Nappa is a bit hesitant, due to his power level being a mere 4,000, but Vegeta tells him to make a power ball, and they'll have no issues. So, at the cost of some of his own power, Nappa creates an artificial moon, and the two transform into their Ozaru forms. Goku and Piccolo expected this, so they split up and fight one each. Piccolo handles Nappa, while Goku goes after Vegeta. Vegeta laughs at Goku for thinking he could take him one-on-one, but Goku transforms into a Super Saiyan, silencing him instantly. Vegeta can't believe what he's seeing. Something deep inside him knows that this is the Super Saiyan of legend, and he's not sure he can beat him. Piccolo is also easily handling Nappa to the surprise of Vegeta, but he can't look away for long as Goku begins to attack. The battle is short and ultimately ends with Goku cutting off Vegeta's tail, returning him to base form. Vegeta tells Goku that he's shocked to see him as a Super Saiyan and that an Namekian could be so strong. This is the second time Goku is hearing about being a Super Saiyan. Maybe he really is the Super Saiyan that Raditz spoke about. And the Namekians were something new to him entirely. He wants to know more, but before he can ask, Piccolo comes over and finishes off Vegeta, having easily handled Nappa. Goku doesn't know if he needed to go that far again, but at the very least, he didn't see Vegeta as someone with great potential like us in the main story, so he's not too bothered by it. This leads to a strange period of time where Frieza isn't really relevant. While I think he'll likely still invade Namek due to the intel from Raditz's scouter, the Dragon Balls will either
no help later on in the
or he'll
future.
have no way to activate them. This leads to a for the Namekians, but also also leaves Frieza believing the Dragon Balls were just a myth after all. Vegeta's death was interesting to Frieza due to his fear of a Super Saiyan, but the only intercepted communications put him to rest, as Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz agreed that Goku wasn't the Super Saiyan, which means life on Earth is actually peaceful. Until May 12th, age 767, the day the androids appear, and even worse, Goku has recently passed away due to him contracting a heart virus. Of course, the androids were still being made, despite all the changes, and even worse, this version of Jiro knows about Super Saiyans, meaning it was incorporated into his data, and since he didn't follow everyone to Namek and canon, this is actually just a stronger Goku and Piccolo that he's collected data from. Gohan is in the worst position of all, though, never having his toddler training camp, or his potential unlocked, or his many Zenkais on Namek. He won't barely escape like he did in the canon future timeline. But even with everyone dead, Hope is still alive. Bulma survives and is able to scrounge together enough materials to make a time machine. Unlike the original, though, no one can go back in time except for her. So once it's complete, she travels 22 years into the past. This is actually right after the fight with the Saiyans, since Goku never leaving Earth means the warning doesn't have to be timed with his return. So the time machine glows before disappearing, reappearing in some woods. Bulma looks across a nearby river to see the home of the Son family. It worked. Her first task wasn't to warn Goku and the others, though. She uses the dragon radar she brought with her to locate the 7 Dragon Balls over the course of a few days. Afterwards, she summons Shenron and learns exactly where Jiro's lab is. After she's completed that mission, she tells Goku of the terrible future she's had to endure, and he agrees to fight the androids. She asks that he trains and goes to Jiro's lab afterwards. She plans to stay in the timeline until then in hopes of finding something in the lab that can be used to destroy the future androids as well. So they have to wait until the androids are started to get those plans. Goku agrees so long as he gets to fight, and she smartly promises he will even if they go early. She also asks that Gohan is trained too. Chi-Chi seems a bit reluctant, but after hearing what happened to her son in the future, she quickly agrees. This is very important, since this version of Gohan actually inherited more S cells from Goku than canon Gohan, so he's able to access the Super Saiyan form with very little effort, like Goten and Trunks did. Goku also remembers his month in the time chamber on Kami's lookout, but he doesn't want to use it again since they have 5 years to train. What he more importantly remembers is the increased gravity of the room. So he asks future Bulma if she'd be able to make something that could increase the gravity, and she says it should be possible to make a room for it at Capsule Corp, so with the help of her present self, don't worry, they get along great, and Dr. Brief, they make a gravity room, similar to the one Vegeta trained in before the androids appeared in canon. So Goku gets Piccolo to train with him and Gohan in the increased gravity. Senzu's help them recover quickly and gives Gohan his missing Zenkais as well. Now remember, Goku on his way to Namek got around 10 times stronger from Zenkais and gravity training in about 5 days, since he rested on the final day. That's absurd. Now imagine if the gravity went up to 300 times, like Vegeta's gravity room, and he trained for years instead. It's basically unquantifiable, but he definitely should be more than enough for the androids, especially when you consider Gohan's potential, and more importantly, Goku finally seeing it. What lies beyond the Super Saiyan wall? In canon, it took him 10.5 months in the time chamber to master Super Saiyan. Here, where Gohan could go Super Saiyan quickly, it'll be a much shorter process. And even if it wasn't, they have more than enough time to master Super Saiyan compared to the canon version of events. So after 3 years of preparation, everyone is as ready as they can be, with Goku, Piccolo, and Gohan being the strongest, and secretly, Gohan is the strongest of them all. As a group, they go to Jiro's lab 2 years early. The door is still pretty strong, but they manage to get through it. And even if he's already an android, 19 and 20 are just no match for mastered Super Saiyans. These aren't the androids that future Bulma knows, but seeing Jiro as an android still made sense to her, and then she noticed the pods in the back of the lab. After Goku and Piccolo handle 19 and 20 with ease, Bulma has them destroy the 3 deactivated androids as well, but make sure they do it outside to avoid the lab being damaged. As Bulma explores the lab, she notices there isn't any documentation on the androids on any computer or even any blueprints lying around. That's when she notices the direction of some wiring. It's heading down. There's a hidden lab below them. After searching for a bit, she finds the hatch to enter it and makes her way down with Gohan for protection. What they find is a computer continuing Jiro's work, creating an artificial life form unlike any before. She also finds the documentation she needs to stop the future androids. So Bulma uses the blueprints for Cell to shut down the supercomputer and Cell's incubator. But just just to be safe, she has Gohan destroy Cell as well. With this done, the present is safe. Goku was hoping for more of a fight, but he has something even more exciting to look forward to: training Gohan. During their preparation for the androids, he saw glimpses of Gohan's hidden power, so he wants to use that power to grow his son into someone capable of defending the Earth. Future Bulma's warning showed him a glimpse of an Earth that didn't have a new defender, so he's ready to pass things over to the next generation, like his son. After this, Future Bulma returns to her timeline, where she promptly shuts down the androids and goes to Gero's hidden lab to stop Cell from ever being born. This is the safest the future timeline has ever been. Back in the present, Goku gets Chi-Chi to agree to Gohan going on a short training journey with his father on the condition that Gohan keeps up his schoolwork while traveling. He accepts her condition and takes Gohan to learn the fundamentals of martial arts from the ground up, both of them maintaining Mastered Super Saiyan as they do. First, they go to Son Gohan's house on Mount Paozu, where Goku was raised. He teaches Gohan the martial arts that Grandpa Gohan first taught him. Next, they go to Kame House, and Roshi has them do manual labor, just like Goku and Krillin did as kids. Then they go to Karin's tower, climbing it together quickly and trying to catch Master Karin to get the sacred water. Karin remarks that this will be too simple for them as they are now, so to make it interesting, he has them lower their power to match his. Both of them have to catch him with better movement alone, so both of them take turns trying to catch the god of martial arts, honing their movements as they do. After a few days, both manage to catch him and drink the sacred water. Gohan realizes it did nothing, and Goku tells him that's the point. Getting the water was the training. Karin says that both of them should be strong enough for something else as well. He pours 2 cups and hands it to them. This is the Ultra Divine Water. It's poison, but if you are strong enough to not succumb to the poison, it rewards you by drawing out your latent potential. Goku had never drank this like he did in canon because he acquired Super Saiyan early, but both agree to give it a shot. Goku jokingly tells Karin to use the Dragon Balls to bring them back if they don't make it. He agrees and both drink the water. Instantly, they writhe in pain, but after a few hours of torment, their eyes shoot open. The roar of the Ozaru echoes in Goku's mind and increases his power in a single burst. He's unrecognizable to Karin, but Gohan was even greater. Gohan seemed to be beyond even a mastered Super Saiyan. He transformed into something new, a Super Saiyan 2. This absolutely stunned Goku. His son had far exceeded him and even gotten a new form, which was perfect for the final part of their journey. Gohan returns back to Mastered Super Saiyan and both make their way to the roof of Karin's tower. Goku retracts the Nyoibo and tells Gohan to grab on. He tells it to extend and they both make their way to the lookout where Mr. Popo and Kami awaited them, as well as Piccolo. Kami was watching this journey of theirs and realized they'd need someone stronger than him or Popo to continue their progress. What Kami was good at, though, was teaching the control of transformations. So with Piccolo's help, Goku and Gohan both managed to gain a mastery over Super Saiyan 2. They decided not to use the time chamber since it's limited to 2 years and they might need it in the future. So after both are satisfied with their progress, they return home. A time of peace passes until the 25th Tenkaichi Budokai. Mr. Satan is the champion, but he's not nearly as famous due to him not defeating Cell. Videl still recognizes Gohan's last name and wants him to enter since both of their parents were world champions. So he agrees, since Goku wanted to enter anyway. They gather the other Z fighters and enter the tournament, but of course, they are interrupted by the threat of Boo. Thankfully, Goku isn't on a time limit, and Vegeta isn't around to ruin everything. So the two of them easily take down Babidi's men and stop Boo's resurrection before it could happen. Goku watches proudly as his son is the one to handle Daburo with ease, happy to know that the future is in good hands. As the story transitions from Goku's to Gohan's, I think that's a good place to end this. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and thank you so very much for watching.
Of course, you already know. The story ended mid. The good thing about what ifs, they always end mid. Of course, video sponsor. Shout out to the big homie. Y'all seen he slid through earlier?
Remember me when you're far away. I'll always have a place for you to stay. In the middle of the night, I'm gonna be there till the morning light. for you to stay. In the garden, by the door, in the bedroom, on the floor. Remember me when you're far away. I'll always have a place for you to stay. In the middle of the night, I'm gonna be there till the morning light. Remember me when you're far away. I'll always have a place for you to stay. In the garden, by the door, in the bedroom, on the floor. Remember me when you're far away. I'll always have a place for you to stay. In the middle of the night, I'm gonna be there till the morning light.
That's easy.
Remember me when you're far away. I'll always have a place for you to stay. In the garden, by the door, in the bedroom, on the floor. Remember me when you're far away. I'll always have a place for you to stay. In the middle of the night, I'm gonna be there till the morning light.
All right, hot dogs. I'll see y'all next Super Saturday. Y'all know we'll have shorts in the meantime.